a great weekend of sales. Earlier this year, we were doing, 30 sales a weekend regularly. But for the last couple of months, the weekend sales have been a little bit slower. We have 35 sales going out, and I thought I'd talk about them, where I got them, and how much they went for. Because in total, this weekend sales went for $2,911.36. Not bad. Next is this set of 7 Royal Copenhagen blue fluted 5-piece porcelain sets. They are teacups, extremely nice. I've sold probably over $1,000 worth of flatware, utensils, porcelain plates, and kitchenware in the last 2 weeks, just from 2 storage units ago, where the guy was a lawyer and the wife was a art gallery owner. So they had very, very nice stuff. It's not as common. And so it was hard to really value it precisely at a price until we put it on auction at $375, and it sold for $420 and then shipping on top of that. So they paid about $500 after fees and stuff. Looks like a DVD set, sold for $25. That's including shipping. This probably just came in one of the big collections I buy. Not really sure. There's so many books and movies that come through that mostly we just sell in lots, but this one happened to be worth at least $20, so we sold it individually. Oh, that's heavy. This one sold for $50, and this is also from that storage unit of the lawyer who was a professor at the UFC. This is a Marilyn Monroe magazine lot that sold for about $56. There's a bunch in there. Typically, stuff like this is not worth it individually, but in sets or lots, they're worth it. We have a flat car made by Red Caboose. It is an HAO scale, and it went for $38. This one I bought in a collection from a train guy, where I spent thousands of dollars, and these have been slowly selling off for the last year or so. This one's already boxed up because it is a lot one. There's 6 books in there. This one went for $135 or $145 after shipping. There are so many collectors that I have bought graphic novels from. I have no idea which collector this came from. $135 for a set of 6 books. Can't complain about that. Box 57. We just sold this Bose hearing aid, $250 after fees and shipping and everything, and which is not bad. It was listed like last week, and I bought this one from my girlfriend's dad, who was getting paid for these. So find stuff in random places. 5 DS games that just went for like $15 after shipping. Is probably like $20. And video games are very easy to do, but honestly, not worth it. As a set, they can be worth some money and worth the time to get them listed. And that's why this set of 5 only went for $20. Sold this suitcase for $495 plus $37 in shipping, so it was like $530 altogether. And I bought this for $200 at Ross. So after sales tax is probably like $220, which is not bad for just a simple pickup, brand new. Brand new things are always easier to list because it doesn't matter about the condition and everything, because they know exactly what they're getting, and less work for me. But it's more, I spend more money on new stuff, especially at Ross. But to spend $220 and get $530, and this sold within like a month, so that's pretty good. Sold for like $15. This one I bought from a lady at church who was clearing out a bunch of stuff, and I paid her a lot of money for some of the stuff that she didn't realize were worth a lot of money. So I think she's very happy with it. And then this just sold for like $16 or $20, probably $20 including the shipping costs. And just some CDs. Not really stuff that I like to sell, because when you go through a bunch of CDs, a bunch of albums, a lot of them are not worth money. Not even like $10 or $15 because they're so common or undesirable and maybe not even in great condition. But these 2 were worth at least $15, so we did sell these 2, and typically I sell CDs in auction lots, huge auction lots, and that's more so where the value is for me in terms of time and money, because rather than listing 100 or so CDs and then finding a space for them and then taking each individual one to ship, I sell them in huge lots, which I won't maximize the value per item, but I will get better value and ultimately make more money because it takes much less labor hours from Nick and Leo to list those and ship them when they're auctioned off in big lots. So that's why I typically don't sell a lot of individual DVDs, books, and movies. This sold for about $25. That's including the shipping cost. And this I got from a very cool storage unit, one of my first storage units I bought, and I bought it for the shelves. Literally had maybe like $1,000 worth of shelving in there, and it ended up that it was a huge storage unit that was not being shown in the photos, and everything on those shelves that I wanted ended up being 90s like Jordan gear and like fashion wear and stuff like that. And this is from a store called St. Alfred in Chicago, which is a very cool store and has very cool fashion stuff and very modern. But this is like stuff from the 90s or 2000s, and actually a lot of the stuff from today sold from that unit. A lot of Jordan socks for a lot of money. This is a Biff Bang figure. He is a Meagle-like figure, not an old one, probably in the last 15 or 20 years, but he is from the Twilight Zone, which is a TV series that is very, very old, and he sold for $25. And I bought this guy in a storage unit that was just full of toys and collectibles and really cool models that were hand-painted and everything, so got hundreds of just very display-like figures from that unit. This is a ZZ Top Rock Band Eliminator album pin, and it has like a Ford coupe on the pin. It is from the 80s, and this just sold for $15. It was $10 plus $5 shipping, and this was from one of the storage units I bought. The guy was a big music person. I think he made his own music and stuff, and he had a bunch of concerts and rock concerts that he went to and collected a lot of that memorabilia. And so, yeah, it's only 15 bucks. But it's so small. I don't like selling stuff for less than 15 bucks because it takes just as much time to list something for 15 bucks as it does to list something for 200 bucks. A very cool Babe shirt that sold for $45. It has a little bit of a reflective thing to the front of it. It's white. This one just sold for like 28 bucks or something, $20 plus $8 shipping. And it is not a great seller. Even though it's brand new, and probably a little bit rarer, it does not have a huge desirability or following. And this one actually sold to Australia, so it'll be going through eBay international shipping. The most expensive action figure I've ever sold internationally, and that one went to Singapore. And I've actually had some really expensive ones go to Europe as well, so I like the eBay international sales. Up next, we got a Levi's jean jacket that sold for $43 and $10 in shipping, so like 54 bucks it sold for. It is right here. It's not bad. This one I probably bought for like 20-ish bucks at Ross, and this one I bought years ago. So I probably bought like a dozen plus of these from Ross. Here we have a bag of Jordan tags. There's two in this bag. This one sold for $35. That one is still listed. Here's another bag with two Jordan tags in it, and this one sold for $35, and there's still another one in there. So we have $70 worth of Jordan tags sold. And here is a third bag in here with two of the same Jordan tags in there. So this one sold, that one is still available online, and this one also sold for $35. And this is probably the best sale of the weekend, because this one buyer bought these three Jordan tags, and then he bought maybe like 3 pairs of socks that are all Jordan brand as well. And he spent about $250 when it's all said and done. And this is also from that Jordan unit last year that I got a great deal on. A unit that was like 2 times the size of what the picture showed, had twice as many shelves as I was expecting, and was filled with Jordan stuff. Kind of crazy. And now to find the socks, here we have a single pair of socks that sold for $49.95 when originally, maybe like 20 plus years ago, these were $6 in that Jordan unit. These ones, a single pair of socks, sold for $35.95. You know, after shipping, it's probably like 40 bucks. And another pair, all just Jordan socks, about $120-ish for these 3 pairs of socks. And that's not bad at all. They're rare in this condition because they're brand new, still sealed, and people just throw this stuff out. So that Jordan unit ended up being a crazy good unit, and got $120 in just socks alone right here. Plus the 3 dog tags, it's like 250 bucks. So not bad. Luciano Barrio. This one sold for $20 or $19.95 plus $4.63 shipping. And this is also from the second most recent storage unit of the Lawyer. He had a lot of classical old music that isn't desirable, but he had a few CDs that were able to sell individually. The rest of it we sold in huge auctions that probably went for $300 or $400, but 20 bucks right here. This set of silverware just sold for $25. I took a best offer on it. It was originally listed for $30. It is Universal LF&C sterling steel mother of pearl handles. Last week we sold 3 pieces of flatware for $150. Like, this silverware was crazy, and I was very upset to see boxes and boxes of kitchenware because that doesn't usually sell well, but they bought nice stuff, and so nice that it resells well. Another train sold. This one sold for $19 plus $8 shipping. Another unit bought from a collector. Huge train store in his house, and I bought a bunch of stuff from him, spent thousands of dollars. Vintage lot of 10 ornaments. I believe these were given to me by my Auntie Tomi and Uncle Toru. Thank you, Auntie Tomi and Uncle Toru. This one sold for $19.90 plus $12 in shipping, so about 30 bucks in total. Vintage ornaments sell well. Not always for a lot of money, but sell well. A rare Sears Roebuck, how to sell art gallery at Sears Roebuck. Just bought this one this past month from a lady from church. She was getting rid of a bunch of stuff, and I told her I'd pay her for her stuff. And this one was a really cool one. One for $100 plus shipping, and it is a old film reel of their fine arts collection by Vincent Price. Brand new sealed Kawasaki Ninja motorcycle bike made by Tamiya out in Japan. This one went for $30 plus $10 shipping, so 40 bucks, and this is from my dad's old collection of models, so not bad. This graphic novel sold for $89 plus $4 in shipping. This is one of definitely the better graphic novels that have sold. This one's a very minty condition, and it is hardcover, and it's pretty thick, so looks like it's barely used, but 90 bucks, awesome. $50 for another set of, and this is just random silverware, and I hate getting silverware in units, but again, this is from the Lawyer. That's pretty good for a bag of random silverware. Set of 8 Avon chest set aftershave bottles sold for $24 plus $10 shipping. I bought maybe 100 or 200 of these Avon aftershave bottles from a garage sale, all for $1 or $2, and probably not the best deal I've ever made, but I thought these were pretty cool. Some of them ended up being empty and just glass, but sometimes even the empty glass decanter thingies, aftershave bottles, still sell. These I bought years ago, so just happy to get them out. This is a model made by Heller. It's a 1/16 Citroen DS19 car, and this one sold for about $37 plus shipping, so probably closer to $50 total sale. 2 models of Dad's sold this week, which is very rare because they're the oldest stuff in the collection, and stuff that is left over tends to not sell very often. Pair of racing gloves, Omp Racing Evo rare gloves, FIA medium 10. Yep, these are the gloves that just sold for $49.95 plus $12 shipping, which is, we're gonna make some money on the shipping because these are probably gonna ship in just a poly mailer and go out for $4 or $5, so that's not bad. And these I just got for my most recent storage unit, which was honestly not the best deal. I spent about $2,200, but we'll probably make my money back, but after all the labor hours and stuff, it will not be a profitable unit, but he had nice stuff, a lot of really cool racing gear, 7 or 8 racing helmets, motorcycle and car racing helmets, and fireproof suits and stuff, so very cool stuff, and some of the stuff is worth some decent money, but yeah, 50 bucks for these gloves. Here's an interesting one. This one went for $39.96. He's this really small, 4-inch just statue-like figure. He's from Doctor Who, and this is from the storage unit about a year ago, the one that was just full of action figures and display-like toys, and he's a huge Doctor Who fan. He had a bunch of Daleks that I've sold, and some of the Daleks were worth a lot of money, but this little guy is worth $40 plus $8 shipping, so not bad. And that is 35 items. The last item I cannot find. This honestly sucks because sometimes I have to look through a decent amount of boxes in inventory. So that's why it's so important to be organized and have a system. But yeah, so 36 items will be going out today. Right now, Leo is shipping in the corner over there, $2,950. A pretty good weekend. Follow for more. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.